So what's up, my name is Dick Spurge. I'm going to be working on the Z today. So basically what's going on is I'm getting low oil pressure from the gauge. When you fire this thing up initially, when it's cold, you're going to have plenty of oil pressure, but I've been driving this thing for a little bit, so right now what we're looking at is what it would be sitting at normal, and that just ain't going to fly. It's not making the oil pressure that it needs at idle, and then when you rev it up, even at the higher RPMs, it's not making the oil pressure that it needs to make. So I got online and did some research. Also, the little light will come on in the dash, the low oil pressure light. That's when I've been sitting at a stoplight. So the research that I've done online is basically saying that you have an oil galley gasket inside the timing case that tends to pop out when these things have a lot of miles on them, the VQ. So the only way to replace it is to take the timing cover off. And you would have to go through all the same steps that you would normally do to replace, like, the entire timing system of the car. So what I did is, since I'm going to be in there doing all this crap, I went and got a kit from Z1 Motorsports. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I did talk to two different guys on the phone there, and they definitely helped me out. This is your problem right here. This gasket is called the oil galley gasket, and it goes behind the tensioner. It's a dick-shaped little bastard right here is going to be the thing that's getting oil seeping past it. Also, with the kit came new guides, new tensioners in the box here, a couple different gaskets, and some other shit. The cool thing is they threw in some RTV, because that is what you seal the timing case back to the motor with. Anyway, nice little kit. Highly recommend Z1 to people. I'm not sponsored by them, but they did do me right. And then, now I don't know, I'll show you guys something else. I don't know if this has anything to do with it. However, excuse the clutch rattle, I've got like a twin disc in this thing. But right now the gauge is showing that it's overcharging the system. My initial thought is that, well, number one, the gauges in the Z are like garbage. I don't know how good they are. A lot of people say they're shit, so I'm kind of taking that with a grain of salt. I'm not really concerned so much with what it says, more so than I need to check. So, a lot of these issues, I was trying to find like a link to them all, and if they were all interconnected, and it turns out that there's two ground cables on the timing case for this motor, and if they get oil covered in them, or they get boogered up from rust and all this other shit from driving the car around, while you do the timing, you might as well redo those two grounding cables. So I've got some old speaker wire that I'm going to use, some big stuff, and see if I'm maybe just able to clean up the stock stuff and reuse it. But hopefully that'll fix my overcharging issue. If not, obviously I'm going to move to the alternator. But anyway, the whole front bumper's got to come off, radiator support, all that shit. I'm going to try to be all slick and get away with leaving the damn heat exchanger in there for the air conditioner, the condenser or whatever. That way I ain't got to recharge the system. But I'm going to tear into this thing and hopefully I don't fuck it up.